Hi, xiaouiris here. I'm a choreographer and dancer, and today I'm going to be reacting to BABYMETAL Light and Darkness. Here we go. Starlight in my head. Wait. Okay. Never mind the dancing for a second. Sue? Why does she sound different? She's singing in a lower register. Her voice sounds well different. So much to talk about already. I don't think you're gonna like what I'm gonna say. Hang on, let me. Do you know what? I take back what I was gonna say. I'm trying to find a way to understand something. Okay, so here's my initial thought. What they're doing here is kind of like the constant back and forth I've been having with some people when it comes to technique. Again, that might be my fault. I've never really explained what it is. That your idea of technique in dancing probably isn't what you think it is. Like doing this is not technique. What they're doing is, again, I'm so sorry, I don't know what you can see when I do this, but doing this is not technique because anyone can do it. The technique comes from the tension that you create in the shoulders and the chest and your arms, right the way through to your fingers. So it needs to be so tense. I've just tensed it up. Can you tell? I don't know if you can tell, but tension creates. So when you hit the beat, without a beat, I don't actually know what difference that makes to you, but this is without tension and this is with tension. And tension is the technique. So when I say technique, and it's not as easy as saying I haven't seen the tension in BABYMETAL, but that's the best way I can explain it at the top of my head at the moment. So I didn't see any tension. So I was thinking to myself, okay, there's no technique. Like the choreography is great, it's different clearly, but again, I've not seen any technique. But then I had a listen the second time, and I was listening to the beat that they were hitting, the drum. So I saw it's like a soft drum, almost like a hi-hat. Sorry, it's not a hi-hat, but it's not a heavy drum, it's a soft one. So maybe they didn't need the tension. Okay? So that was my first thought, and that was my second thought. Okay, right, let's just go back for a second because there was. This is not metal. Well, I don't know about the chorus, I haven't heard it properly yet. But the verses are not metal at all. I would argue they're not even rock, because of the beat count. It was a 1 by 1 beat count, which is so typical in, I would say, street techno house garage, those kind of genres have 1 by 1 beat count. So it's very 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I noticed that they were hitting the beat count. So that is, I mean, they weren't hitting it all the time, but they were hitting it most of the time. So it was 1, 2, 1, 2, then they'd miss 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, then they'd miss 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it was following a pattern. Yeah, it's an interesting sound. I was thinking about BABYMETAL the other day and how they call themselves BABYMETAL, but I don't know. To me, it feels like rock. Like I know metal, and I think Headabung was metal. I think the Kami band make it feel metal to me because of the instruments they use. I think rock has rock music uses like lighter distortion in the guitars, whereas heavy metal use like a much stronger, heavy distortion in their guitars, and that's what generates the difference in the sounds. I was just thinking about this because I had someone tell me that all rock music sounds the same. You know, that ridiculous, ignorant thing that people say, and it's well, no, rock music doesn't sound the same. It all sounds the same. Well, it doesn't. So I was just thinking about BABYMETAL, and I was like, if I want to introduce someone to metal, I actually wouldn't pick this group. That's no shade. It's just like a conversation I want to have with some of the fans. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think that this is metal? Not this sound anyway. This is sounding a bit different, but good for them. I think artists should try new sounds. Maybe having metal in their name might make them feel stuck in a particular genre. So it's nice that they're branching out. Anyway, talking loads. Right. Noticed Moa, I know I've mentioned this before because I noticed she has hand-eye balance, and that's when you know when Moa kind of moves her hands like to the side and then she looks in the direction of where she's moving. That's hand-eye coordination when you don't have balance, and it helps generate that balance because it should be when the hand moves there, you should be able, your focal point should still be your audience. So you should be able to do whatever you want with your limbs and still look forward. So the hand eyes, it helps with balance. It's not always done for that reason. Sometimes it is deliberate, like it is part of the routine. But I noticed in the earlier stages with Moa, she did a lot of hand eye. She even does it there. It felt a lot more natural. She was looking at her hand when it was like that, rather than looking at her focal point audience. Yeah, okay. What did I have anything else I wanted to say? No, I'm just really overwhelmed with emotions right now. Like it feels really different. I can't explain it. Okay, I just feel like I want to see a whole different choreography vibe in a second. Just wanted to say the chorus was brought, contemporary dancing was brought into the chorus a little bit, which I think works really well with rock music. Like I've said before, nobody ever dances to it, so I really applaud choreographers who actually find a way to generate a routine and a beat through using like live instruments. Yeah, and contemporary was the way to go because you had the kind of, I don't want to say techno, but it gave me that vibe, beat going high, faster, into the chorus, where typically there'd be like a huge breakdown of dance. But it was stripped back. So I believe that it was done to complement the music. So as soon as the music hits and you move away from that techno vibe and you go back into the rock genre, and you hear the drums and you hear the guitars and you hear all of the music, I think the focal point, it seems to me like Makiko was like, okay, let's bring the music of BABYMETAL into the chorus. Let's focus on the music. Let's take the choreography back a little bit. And that's what you do with contemporary, especially in rock, I feel. I mean, it's not a set in stone thing, but it's something that I would do. Is contemporary gives you the opportunity as a dancer to slow things down. So it's slowed down, but it was right to slow down because the emphasis was on the music. And I had a feeling when we got back into the verse, it would bring about more choreography, and then it would go back to contemporary in the chorus. Let's have a look at verse 2. Slight element of tutting in that. Intricate palm hand, wrist movements, tutting. Sorry, I never know where to pause it. This is a really strong triangle formation of time, energy, space that you get in like a three-way formation. Momoko is really matching Moa's energy. Like, they work so well. The formation of the three work really well. I would not be surprised if Momoko was the third member. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it was her, because this is powerful. And the way that the choreography comes across to me, the fact that she knows it, she's learned it, and it is a lot more. There's a lot more to this choreography than I've seen before. I don't know. I just feel like from a choreographer's perspective, I feel like it's Momoko. We'll find out in April, won't we? Did you see her looking at her hands there? Oh, I'm starting to feel emotional again. Don't know what it is about Sue's voice. This song is amazing. It's really good. Oh no. Oh, why am I getting emotional? Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Wow. I don't even know where to start with the choreography. Like, I hope I said enough during, because it gets to the end of something and I'm so stunned that I forget what it is that I want to say. All I can think about is how I'm feeling, and that really surprised me. It made me feel like I want Momoko to be the third member, to be honest, because that formation really worked. I could see, if I didn't know who the choreographer was, I can see that the choreographer was comfortable with that. It worked. The dancing worked. They were comfortable. The choreography was comfortable. It was easy. There was, I'm not going to talk about the technique thing because I don't want to take away from the fact that that was amazing. That's honestly the best choreography I've seen from BABYMETAL. That was really good. Okay, so thank you everyone for recommending this to me. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next video.